Okay, knife round. We got everybody on the server all of a sudden. So here's Zomblers. This is their map pick, and we've already lost Poseidon. I think, okay, there's the reconnection. That means Poseidon will be starting 0 and 1. No, not actually. The game will be restarted once the knife round elapses, and the stats will not matter from it. For some reason, Zomblers are choosing not to leave their spawn. There goes Cajun, though. Bye, Cajun. All right, Cajun will be the first one sacrificed to Voca. He will lose his life to George, and now the rest of the team will be slain. There they are. Voca win the knife round. They will be starting things off with a pistol. Should be just about ready to start here. Likely going to be Voca on the CT side, Zomblers on the T side to start for the map pick of Zomblers. Once we're done with this map, the map number 2 will be Overpass, and the decider if we need it is Nuke. But it looks like the pistol round is starting, so I will see you in the server. And away we go. Pistol round. Arguably one of the most important rounds of competitive Counter-Strike. Can set the whole tone of the half. Some might even say it's too important. But that's neither here nor there. As now, we will be off to the races. Zomblers map pick of Dust2. Starting now. 3 players over toward the B-bomb site. Meanwhile, a couple of players for Voca taking the fight towards top mid, but it is just going to be called off. Everyone going to escape unharmed. Or largely unharmed. Zomblers looking at this B-bomb. The Zomblers are taking it generally slow. They've got the decoy down next to Cool Comms as well to try and bait out a rotation from Voca, but Voca are not falling for this. They've still got Junior just holding up mid. They've got their general zone defense that you're going to have on Dust2. And it can make it difficult on these pistol rounds where you're going to be stuck trying to rotate, and the Glocks have already cut that off for you. But if Zomblers take too long, this could start to get dicey in a hurry. Zoker going to spot the player on Cat, pushes away George. As Zomblers start to take up residence in mid. The difficult thing, though, is this doesn't send a message of where they're actually going. Sure, they're grouping up on Cat right now. Sure, they've got some util to try and finish this out, but you've also left a player behind. Fire. Oh, did Junior hear that, though? There was a footstep, but it's not going to matter. Big push over Cat for the Zomblers. They've already sent George to the Shadow Realm. Junior trying to get involved from behind. He will find one, but Fire going to hear this rotation coming in from lower tons, and Snav going to be the one removed off the back of that. Now it's going to be up to Shane to try and allow himself to rotate up, but Fire proving to be too much to handle. Bomb not even down. But Zomblers still will take the pistol round. What a weird pistol round. Zomblers, they took the site and they just held it. They barricaded it up. Voca didn't even have to challenge, but the lower tons lurk of Fire just doing so much to keep Zomblers going in this one, and I think Voca are going to be a little bit frustrated with themselves. We'll have to see, though. Oh, big push into lower tons. Voca spending all of the money. The 5-7s could do so much here. Carson going to open things up and open up the head of Cool Comms. That'll leave Fire behind him. Will spray down Snav in response through the smoke. Junior's scout, a weapon he's all too familiar with, rings out a shot and it goes wide. That's going to leave this one with Zomblers at a man advantage. Looking at this A-bomb site, they've got the cross smoked off, so they're not offering up Voca an opportunity to get involved into this, and already they've removed 2 from this equation, and Shane now, the last one standing in the 1 versus 4. The Lurk cannot hold this one down. Cajun finishes this one off, and that's going to leave Zomblers in a fairly comfortable 2-round advantage. They've actually only had 3 deaths across the team in 2 rounds. That is outstanding for this T side to start things off. They'll start to build money very, very quickly, and Dust2 can be a really thorny mistress when you can't get anything done on your CT side. As I pointed out, the pistol round, the rotations can be extremely hazardous. And it's even worse when you've got a player AFK. So, I mean, granted, it was just full pistols for Voca, so likely not going to be seeing too much of a recapturing. 4 versus 5 in the retake on the USPs. Really unenviable spot for Voca to be in. They're taking their time on it too. They're letting Zomblers sweat this one out, which I think is the appropriate decision to maybe take a weapon away or two. Flash goes in. It's going to be left up to Fire here, playing the back of sight over by Bricks. He's got 2. It's a Galil against unarmored players, so he will just chew through them one after another. He's going in with the knife and will be denied. Crucially there, though, Voca do manage to take 2 players with them on the bomb. So a little bit of extra money to tide them over. Junior going to be picking up the AWP for round number 4. And Fake Stereo, how you doing? Welcome on in. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for hanging out in the chat. Now, definitely a rough start for Voca. That is for sure. Though not outside the realm of possibility to have a little bit of difficulty on the CT side. Out long, though, is going to be a bloodbath. 2 for 2 trades. Snav goes huge. And the rotation going to be called over for Voca as well. Junior just holding car with the AWP. Very important piece to the equation for Voca. Shane left behind on the B-bomb site. It's going to be just a continued brawl out A. George, he's spotted, but not before he removes Zoker from the equation. And now Zomblers, a man down, but that's quickly rectified as George sticks his head out and will be removed. Junior, though, the AWP still striking loudly from car, puts down the smoke to have the cover to escape. Poseidon going to hear this, making his way up long very slowly. Junior just going to use this smoke to his advantage, playing the quiet game while he waits for the rotation from Shane. Oh, is he going to stick his head out? He is, and the shot misses. That could give Poseidon a heck of a lot of initiative here. He'll get that bomb planted just as Shane arrives in long. He's gone undetected this whole way. I don't think Poseidon has heard hide or hair of him. So, should be just an all too easy kill. Even enough time to go and collect the AWP before going for this defuse. How you doing, Doug? Welcome back. Been a little bit. Now, Voca, they get the op out and immediately manage to secure round number 4. Very good. Again, it's very good news on the CT side because the money can slip away. So if Voca are not able to establish a really good foothold on their CT side, then this Dust2 could start to get real unfriendly for them. But as it stands, they will have enough to buy 3 out of 4 rifles along with that saved op. So at least something left in the tank. And Zombler is going to be kicking themselves a little bit that the long take did not work whatsoever. Carson opens up with 2. And Zombler is completely repelled out of long. This time they're not given anything off the bat. I would say I don't have a favorite in this one. I think, as I've said a few times, that Zomblers will have the advantage. I think that they've had more experience in general at playing internationally than Zomblers have. But I also think that, you know, in the past head-to-heads, we've seen Zomblers at least take maps off of Voca. So I'm kind of expecting to see that tonight. Hello there, you what, mate? Well, Zombler's going to be not deterred from that long position. Cajun sent out first to probe for information. And discovers that no one for Voca is present. He's even got a smoke that he can use to gobble up a little bit more of this space, and he's been quiet, so Voca could be taken surprised by this, but Junior about to be ready for the peak. He gets himself set up for Gandalf. Meanwhile, Carson taking the fight on Cat. Carson does pull the heat away from Junior, but won't pull the Molotov. And that's going to allow Poseidon to take the upper ground. Couple of kills for himself, couple of quick scopes. Leaves Shane all alone, the last man standing once again, this time looking for the aggression in the 1 versus 2, and this time it will not go his way. You have to wonder, though, if we didn't have that disconnect from Snav. Classic North American internet. Love our great infrastructure that allows people to have still 100 ping playing coast to coast. Yes, Voca has Coach Stemphis, and at least on Face It, Zomblers have Coach Hexter. So both teams fielding a coach, though I don't know. I know Stemphis has a good mind for the game. I also know that he doesn't get to play it all that often, partially because of the coaching, partially because of various visual issues that leave it a little bit difficult to do. Well, we might be a little bit, so I'm going to reappear on your camera and say, hey, how's it going? Hopefully we do get Snav back on the server soon. He is always at the gym, and from what I've heard about Stemphis, not only is he always at the gym, but he's always paying super close attention to his diet and his, the workout is the man's life. But with that being said, we've got Snav back on the server, so we are going to dive back into it, and now it's going to be a little bit more of a question for Voca. Normally, you would expect that if you can win that second round, that you can pretty easily swing the momentum back into your favor, but now 4-1, Zombler is going to be gifted a heck of a lot of time to get some real momentum balled up. Carson taking the initiative up mid. Meanwhile, losing a lot of his team on the other side of the map. Cajun looking for these shots onto Junior. Doubles up. Runs out of ammo just before the triple, and Shane will be able to pick him off as a result. 2 versus 4 now for Voca, as the bomb is planted over on the A-bomb site. No one really in position to go for the defuse, so at this point, Voca just going to be looking to pick off some of these AKs, although Carson not ready for fire coming out from upper tons means that all that we will have for Voca is one singular kill onto Cool Comms, as now, well, we're halfway through this first half. 1-5, Voca not having a great time so far. Well, that's a great start. Poseidon just saying goodbye to George. AWP down mid. So I will say, in the past, Zomblers, Voca have won on Dust2 when these two teams met. Most recently back in February in Challenger League, one of the earlier Challenger League Cups. Voca did manage to win on Dust2. However, I feel like Zomblers are maybe a little bit more practiced, but this time you're going up against Junior in tons, and he's just going to pick you off one at a time. Molly sent to try and flush him out. He's still fragging out. He's still looking for every one of these shots, but Poseidon going to deny him that final kill. Not going to be enough to stay alive, but it is enough for Voca to double up their rounds on this first half. And that second round might just be the ticket here to breaking Zomblers' money and letting Voca actually get their foot in the door. And so far, it's been a pretty Zomblers-dominated experience. The zombies have bitten. They're spreading that infection. Now the only question is, how effective is that infection? We've seen this before, though. The Dust2 default. Zomblers revert to their slow zombies and shamble, using that utility to push Voca around, try to take positions, and then finally execute their master plan. Gonna be Snav with a heavy amount of responsibility on his shoulders if Zomblers elect to go out long, which, with 3 players lurking here, it's a very keen possibility. Zomblers have shown a lot of desire to go for the A-bomb site as well, so Cajun going to be the first one out. Slammed back by Snav, and the double up also unlocked. Snav going to look for the third. He has an idea that someone else is here. He's heard the footsteps for Poseidon, and the triple kill will belong to him. That is what Voca are looking for, the multi-frag potential on the CT side from a lot of these really entrenched positions. That drops the bomb as well, and it gives now a great opportunity to mop up a few of these rounds back for the CT side. If you're Zomblers, you really need to keep these 2 weapons now, because the money, the bank accounts are about to be drained, and it's going to take a little while for that loss bonus to start to stack up.
Counter-terrorists win.
Well, the challenge down mid for Poseidon once again. Mr. Scopes is always going to go for this. However, while it has worked in previous rounds, this time it is going to be denied to him. So what's the next plan of action if you're Zomblers? They don't have the best of buys coming into this. A couple of rifles saved over from the previous round. Zomblers looking to try for a little bit more pace. They're all grouped up towards lower tons, and I would say likely to look for a mid to B here. But again, every one of these rounds, Cajun is really playing it slow, really giving a lot of time to probe for damage, probe for info. Zombies, historically, not a very fast creature. However, Carson with the spam, gonna double things up. That's everything mid lit up for the Zomblers. They've been combine harvested by the M4, and that's just gonna leave this upper tons for to see what oh, a little bit of a spot though. George doubles up. He's looking for the third. He's not gonna get it, but Snav will clean up fire, and Voca will bring themselves into 1 round separating these 2 teams. So now the next question is, what do you do with the pistols? Upgraded pistols on the side of Zomblers. I don't think they've even gone for armor. George going to get the Molotov lobbed over to keep an eye on Cat. A little bit of a burn off Poseidon. But right now, these pistols, not in the best of situations, head on over toward Cat. I'm doing okay. How are you? Let's see what they've got in store for us. Cajun going to be the one on the scout this time around. He's brought down to actually fairly low, but... Oh, that nade, that's actually less damage than I would have thought. Not going to matter, though. The AWP doesn't care. 1 or 100 HP. It deletes you all the same. Second shot, though, not going to find its mark, but the third will. And Junior just going to keep lining up these players, picking them off, and leave this one down to the Deagle of Fire, who will fall to Shane. Voca now 5-5. This might be one of the more even games, even best of threes that I will cast in a little while, because there have been a lot of them that have been pretty pretty stompy, if I'm being honest. So I'm glad to have something that it feels like is competitive. Now 2 rounds left in the half. If Zomblers are able to grab this one, then I feel like anything can happen. I think if Voca grabbed this one, then it's going to turn into a 6-6. Or 6-7. Or 7-5. Wow. Get the scores right. So I think Voca will make it 7 if they win this one. I think there's a chance for a 7-5 in the favor of Zomblers, or a 6-6 if Zomblers can take this one. Zomblers, though, going to saddle up for that cat push one more time. Now bringing out the rifles instead of the pistols. Get some util tossed over for the lurk on out. And make this A site a hell for the Zomblers. Carson caught in the smoke. It's going to leave Junior alone towards CT as Snav hasn't started the rotation back over, and George has been lost to the AK of Cajun as well. 3 versus 5 on the retake, and Voca might have finally been found out here by Zomblers. Snav finally taking a couple of shots, does lose his life as a result. Junior with the trade, this AWP with a heck of a lot more to do, and there's still fire behind you. Fire burns. It's cool comms, though, to collect Shane, and now Junior looking for the 1 versus 4, going to be flattened, and so that gives the 6th round to the side of Zomblers. Plenty of money, though, left on the side of Voca. But I will say, though, again, this the CT side of Dust2 is not the easiest one in the world. A lot of times you can get crazy plays as the anchor, and sometimes it feels like you just get mowed down and steamrolled. This time, though, Carson going to open things up as Cajun is lost to his M4 and Junior's AWP. Nice quick scope onto cool comms as well. This is looking a little bit more like the Voca we expect. Though I will say they've been given these early duels by Zomblers, and a lot of the time, if they don't get these early duels, that's where Zomblers can really pounce. Oh, there we go. Poseidon strikes back. AWP in hand, looking for more. It's going to be George picking up the AWP. Has to fall back behind the smoke to escape this one. And Zomblers will line up to take the B bomb site. 3 in upper tons versus 2 on site. Shane lined up for looking for the shots, but this is dangerous as smoke fades. Voca might be assuming that because Zomblers have hit that A-bomb site so many times in the past, this is going to be another one of those, but the nades will disabuse that notion. Smoke put up to allow the cross out from upper tons. First shot out of Junior misses, and that's going to allow Poseidon and Zoker to punish. 2 for free. Oh, there's Poseidon as well. The god of the ocean, sending everyone to the briny deep. Carson left alone now in the 1 versus 3. Good damage being done, but it's not enough. A 4K for Poseidon to finish out the half. And it will be Zomblers wrapping up the first half with the advantage. So we head into the second half. All right, I get people are upset with a player playing bad, but if everybody's going to dogpile on one player, I'm going to start timing people out. It gets really tiresome to try and read chat when everyone's just talking about how bad one player is. Like, chill. A little bit of a duel out long. Does get kind of just backed away from everybody, so we're going to leave things up to Voca actually kind of playing to the Zomblers pace on this pistol round. Though Carson going to take an early fight towards these lower tons players. Cajun backs away, but that leaves Poseidon here with the dualies. That's a dangerous player to have in that position. No one's really made a real move, although it is going to be, as I say that, the B site going to get rolled over. Cajun going in through double doors, finds Shane, but Junior responds. And we've got players all over the shop. Bomb's still not down, and the Zomblers have retaken the B-bomb site and left this one in the hands of George. One versus four now for the Glock of George. Hasn't had the best CT side. See if things turn around for him on the T side. He knows he's got to walk into the grinder, and it's going to be Cool Comms doing the grinding. 8-5 start. That's Zomblers with both pistols here on Dust2. Well, that's going to leave Voca now onto the pistols. Except for Junior, who will always go for the scout armor. If the rest of the team is saving, you can count on Junior's scout. Kind of like Calamity with the MP9. Well, Snav going to get spotted in mid by Poseidon. A little bit of damage, a little bit of chip. But still alive and kicking. As Voca starts to line up to try and take over Cat. 3 players here with Junior's scout leading the way. Smoke going to be deployed to deny them, to repel them. It is interesting how slow that both of these T sides are playing. Ooh, flash for Cajun, and he's just going to maul Junior. Great response out of Shane to keep this one even Stevens, but Cool Comms will stop the player long and take the numbers back in the favor of Zomblers. Poseidon just going to keep it going. A nice double kill for himself. Leaves things up to Snav, who will fall to fire. Zomblers really starting to heat up. Looking quite good. That is going to leave things down to the rifles now. Full buy for Voca. Once again, Junior rocking that scout armor. And this should be where we get to start to see Voca start to come alive or crumble. That nade with 52 damage worth of explosion. That is quite withering for Voca. Zoker looking to take advantage as well. But it will be the push over towards Cat once again. Poseidon was a defendable teammate in the last round. This round only going to be good for 1-for-1 as Voca start to head toward the A-bomb site. Cajun is here, though, is continuing to be a problem as he's decapitated George. Shane with the response at AK, ever faithful. Zoker gonna hop up, jump up here. A lot of noise being made by Zomblers as they head on in for this retake, but Shane and Carson will stand tall to the challenge. And they'll leave Fire alone in the 1 versus 3. rough spot to be for the lurker of Zomblers. Is Carson going to try to make it through the smoke? I like the off angle that Fire has decided. He's jumped up towards the box here, and Carson, very, very damaged, will fall. However, Fire might just walk. Oh, no, he's not. Stays behind just close enough. So Voca do take one on their T side, but now we get to see whether it's just a flash in the pan or whether the Zomblers have a real thing to worry about. Have lost the buy just a little bit. Fire holding on to that AK is really the main crux of this buy for the Zomblers. A couple of rifles, a couple of M4, MP9s. Zomblers looking to really bolster up long. Start long, rotate around. Ooh, good start to things for George, though. Can be a tough life for the entry sometimes, but Poseidon does offer himself up. Well, smoke left to repel this push. Fire gonna look to try and take some fight off the... Take some fight to Voca. This could be risky. Oh, the flash on through. Cool Comms is at 1, but quickly traded back. It's a 2-for-2 trade, but Voca are starting to get bottled up here. They've got Zoker behind them and Cajun in front of them. Oh, Zoker's going to be found, though. Carson jumping over the top. Just slams the door in his face. Cajun now looking to be the hero, but will be denied by Shane. Look at the HP at the end of this round. 11 HP split between 2 players for Voca to win the round. That's going to give a nice buffer here. Voca will be on a nice full buy versus the pistols of Zomblers. Still though, Zomblers have been putting up, I think, more of a fight than Voca might have expected. It's the classic North America where you never really know. Voca ranked 50. Zomblers, I think, in the 200s, but sometimes that matters, sometimes it doesn't. The 5-7 of Poseidon looking to take the early fight here as his teammate gets mollied away. Flash on up. Look at the jump ups. They just keep jumping up Xbox. And finally, they challenge for real. And finally, we get 2 CTs ground up. 5 versus 3 for Voca. Fire in a spot that could end up offering a golden opportunity if Voca aren't careful. 50 seconds remaining. This push could get really messy, and George going to try make it onto the B-bomb site. It looks empty. Oh, he's got the read on this, but he doesn't have the shots. Zoker going to pick him off. That's super important as he's lost his teammate in mid and Fire. Coolcom's just trying to make himself scarce as Voca take over the A-bomb site. There's really not a whole lot else left to this story. Zoker going to get to retain that AK. Coolcom's just waiting to see if a saving player presents themselves. Shot off the Deagle, but that's just going to reveal his position, and now we get to see if Zoker gets to hang on to this AK. Which is actually looking like Junior might get crunched on here. They knew Coolcom's just sitting outside of double doors, and well, that will be still work out. And it comes to this. 1 round separating these 2 teams, and Zomblers looking to retain the lead. Voca looking for looking to overtake, which, again, interesting spot to be. Zoker tagged on the cross. Hit the smoke for door. Make sure that Poseidon can't see anything. He'll break it. No one there for him. So, nice chill time. Waiting for that information. Voca looking for this mid to be. 2 players on the site. They're getting crunched on, though. It could be dangerous. Carson has to go huge. They lose Shane and Junior in the scuffle, but it's still a 3 versus 3, but they've lost the bomb. And that could be what allows Zomblers back into this round. Cajun on the AWP. They've lost Poseidon. Oh, they haven't lost Poseidon. They've just had 2 ops. Still goes the way of Voca, though. He'll get torn up. And now 2 versus 3. We're on to the retake. Zomblers elect not to go for it, so they'll just retain these double op setups, as Voca will even this one out at 9. Alright, so I saw a cool op. I want to see... Is there a player signature on it? No, because it's one of the Stockholm souvenirs. Oh, this is about where we were in the last half, right? We were about evened up at 5-5 before Zomblers figured things out and took the lead all the way to the end. This time, it's a heck of a lot faster that things are tied up. 8 rounds in, tied up at 9. And into round number 19. A lot of util being spent early on here. Oh. The spray downs through the door, not connecting for either of these players. Cajun going to be spending a lot of ammunition for this. Cool comms with AWP. This looks dangerous. Oh, he fires off a shot, but what did it hit? It looked like that hit. Not quite, though. But that's information very valuable for Voca as they start their push toward the A-bomb site. Trying to harass in towards mid as well. Zoker has to fall back out of mid. Leave Cajun for the close-up. There's Carson falls. Oh, Cajun might have more here. Junior caught just watching. Meanwhile, Poseidon gonna stop this push over Cat as well. 2 kills for himself. 2 kills for Cajun. And Voca now flattened. Well, luckily for Voca, they do have enough left to present one last buy here. Otherwise, Zomblers might just be closing out their Dust2. Closing out their map pick with a W column. Well, Voca look for the B-bomb site very quickly this time around. 20 seconds in, we've got a 1-for-1 trade on site. Carson losing tons of his HP, but at the same time, still a kill. Still a piece of the puzzle knocked into place by Voca. With the HP, they're going to start to feel a little bit crunched down on. And Zomblers, They fill up the holes in the defenses. Everything's shored up. And with a minute remaining, and Voca very obviously not taking the B site once again, these positions for Zomblers are going to be really tough for them to root out. Although if they wait long enough, Zomblers might outthink themselves. Cajun looking to take the fight over toward Long. Well, he looks away at just enough time to allow Carson to be the first one out. The tip of the spear over towards Long. Zomblers, they've positioned themselves just 2 players on each site. Oh, Cajun looks away just at the wrong time. Good trade by Cool Comms, but it's not enough to retain the site. Smoke for Cross. Zoker going to be the first one arriving here. He's got Poseidon behind him on the AWP, but those shots not going to find a home. Voca now, with 15 seconds, will be getting this bomb planted. Oh, Zoker, he's making a lot of noise going for the Kukli jump up by elevator, but shots will not connect. 2 versus 3 on this retake. Snav, oh, he sticks a leg out. Zoker has spotted this. He's found all he needs to even things out. Now 2 versus 2. Shane still hanging out on site, just waiting for the peek. Spots the cat player, does a little bit of damage onto him. And that's going to allow an opportunity for Poseidon. I'm mixing all of my words. Zomblers just shamble towards their target, slowly but surely and inevitably. And Voca now playing this one from the pit. The buy is not going to be good for Voca. They are starting to build up a little bit of money on the loss bonus, but either way, the question is, do you try and look for the win or do you try and look for the tie? It looks like we'll get the save as Voca are going to play this one for the tie. Junior not even picking up his typical scout armor in these sorts of situations. Still though, these Tech 9 pistol buys can be excessively deadly. And there's a big contingent of players for Zomblers over towards the A-bomb site. Zoker trying to get out in front of this smoke. Oh, he's headed toward that B-bomb site in a hurry. That's going to allow Snav to get in behind him, and the flash will run him over. Flash from Carson, now fire all alone. He's melted down, and he is eliminated. 5 versus 3, and it's just one after another. The Zomblers will be picked apart. Voca finally change up the pace, and they catch Zomblers by surprise completely. Carson's Tech 9 looking for the shots. It's Cool Comms to come out on top with the M4, but 4 versus 2. It looks like finally Voca have the right read. That B-bomb site, once a game, it works out quite well, and Junior able to take the rifle off of Cool Comms. Voca are hungry, though. They're thirsty. Poseidon, the last player standing. Voca want to take this off away. It's Snav to finish the job, to finish the cleanup. 3 kills for himself as Voca take the double digits as well. But there's plenty of money left for the Zomblers. They could play for that map point, or they could play to just win now. We're likely going all 24. Ooh, boost up for Junior. Did he spot the cross there? It's not going to matter. There's Poseidon. Oh, it gets his head ripped off. The AWP through the door. That has to sting for Poseidon. There weren't many weapons on the side of Zomblers to begin with. Zoker going to recover it, but that's a bitter pill to swallow. We'll see if Zoker has what it takes on this AWP. He's already been chipped down to 50. This lurk for Cool Comms and double doors could go hard for Zomblers, though. There's only one player for him to meet. It's just Cajun alone on the A-bomb site. He's already deployed the smoke to try and hold Voca off for those crucial few extra seconds. As we walk past a minute, Voca just waiting for these smokes to fade, waiting for their chance to strike. Oh, Cool Comms with a peek out long, and Shane is ready for him. Zomblers haven't left much hardware toward the A-bomb site. It's Cajun with his M4. He's down on util, and he's got no anything, no HP as Shane rips his head clean off. Zoker and Fire just going to be saving this one up as Voca likely to secure this 11th round. 2 versus 5 retake. Not going to happen. Not enough money left in the tank for Zomblers to rebuy, so this is extremely important for them to be saving up. Oh, they're going to hunt, though. Voca, no. Every weapon they take away is just that much more that they can win that next round easily. Zoker not going to let himself go down without a fight, though. Oh, he's just clapping them one after another. Carson and George fall, but Shane will deny him that AWP into the final round. Well, I say final round. Final 2 rounds. This is nearly a full save for the Zomblers. Saving up all that money for overtime. Couple of upgraded pistols, and a couple of nades, but other than that, basically no hardware for the Zomblers. So it should be a pretty clean round for Voca. Ooh, there's George, though, picking off Cajun to start this one off. Good little start to the proceedings here. Shane following up off of the back of that. Nice double kill for himself. And that'll leave Zoker all alone on the A-bomb site, 5-7 in hand, but what has he got to say for himself? He's got Junior. George, though, with the response. AWP, able to pick up a couple of kills. Now, though, there's nothing stopping this 12th round for Voca. Fire on a USP.
Bomb has been planted.
Basically an impossibility, and Fire has set himself up to just look for a player on their own and put that USP to use. Somebody was asking my favorite AK skin earlier. I will show you after this game. Or I'll show you what I'm using. It's not necessarily my favorite. No, Cool Comms, USP, finds Carson, but not going to be keeping any rifles as Snav ready with the trade. Zomblers take their first timeout of the game. Nice 30-second timeout. Weather in Chicago is good. We're starting to get a little colder, but after Monday's storms, weather has been fine. Nothing really noteworthy about it. So weather, yeah, there was supposed to be a really nasty storm, but it ended up being fine. Ooh, big push out long. That was noted. The double off setup. Shane out early. Oh, quick, good trade out of Poseidon. Keeping things even. Going to be very important for Zomblers to keep shoring up these defenses after losing players. They've elected to go with just purely site defenses, so they're going to let Voca come to them. What that does is it allows them to waste a whole lot of time, but now with the smokes down, mid to A could go very well for Voca. Fire going to be preoccupied with tons. Backside of things, spam through the smoke. Not really doing too much of anything for Cajun. Does discourage Voca from going up mid. So, at the very least, get another smoke to keep the cross from mid to B in check. As in these final 40 seconds, looks like Voca have the information they've been waiting for, and they're going to head towards the B-bomb site. Molly put down for fire to try to melt these players down, but Snav and George just too quick on the uptake. Junior's AK going to keep things rolling here. Oh, his AWP. The flicks are not connecting, but the Tech 9 sure does. Poseidon now left alone. This would be an ace if he's able to clutch this. 1 versus 2. He's got the kit in hand. He's got a fire as well. Puts that down to try to flush George out from behind big box. That's going to give his position away in window. And he's already taken a heck of a lot of damage looking for these shots. The final nail connects as Voca will take it 13-11.